Hey, it's me, RachaelLyn, and today's Financial Friday. I am doing my upcoming budget for the month of November. It is actually, November has already started. I have not fully closed out my October budget, but I need to do November. If I don't make a plan, then I'm gonna fail at my goals. So here is this month's plan. The good news is that even though November has already officially started, I haven't spent any money yet, so that's really good. Alright, so let's get started. Everything is empty, everything is cleared out. You can see that there is like absolutely nothing. My bank is, well, I haven't fully closed it out, but when I start my November budget, I will start with just $250. That's half of my emergency fund. The other half of my emergency fund is in my other bank account, and I just kind of keep it split up. It's just a slight buffer, but then it's also part of my emergency fund, so if I need something, then it's there. If I need the whole thing, then I can easily get to both, but it would just be kind of like, okay, take $250 on this debit card and $250 on this debit card, and now I have $500. And if you want to know why I only have a $500 emergency fund, I did a video on that, why it is a small emergency fund. But anyway, there's half my emergency fund. Everything else is cleared out. I have one note up at the top, and that is to remind me that it is my birthday month. Not that I would forget, but I just want to add in a little bit of money to budget for my birthday, just to give myself a little something, just to celebrate myself because I was born. Now that extra birthday money might go to debt, it might go to something else that I need. Maybe I need extra groceries this month, I don't know, but I'm just gonna give myself just a little bit extra just to celebrate my birthday, just because it's my birthday. So I love starting with a fresh, clean, new budget. It's kind of given me a little bit of anxiety knowing that I have not cleared out my October budget yet. There are still things that I still need to enter, but the new month has started and I need to at least plan where all of this money is going to go. I'm also not really going to be able to fill in my sinking funds because I don't really know how much I have to put towards them yet. So I'm just gonna have to kind of wait and see what happens here. Let me know down below in the comments if you would like to know what my sinking funds are and see me filling out my sinking funds. I normally put that in my budget setup video, but I can't do that since I haven't closed out October yet and I don't know how much I'm actually putting towards sinking funds. I just kind of put in what the minimum should be. So if you would like to know what I've been putting in there, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know, and I will do a separate video maybe just on sinking funds and talk more a little bit about how much money is going where. I'm just gonna go down the checklist and see what's going on. Okay, so the first thing is my church giving. I give $25 a week. That comes out automatically out of my bank account on Saturdays, just because they don't do it on Sunday because it's Sunday. And there are 4 Saturdays in November, so $100, $25 a week. My student loans, oh, that's another one that's going to be changing soon. I'm just going to keep it what it has been for as far as my payments and stuff. My payments are actually $574. I put in $600 in the account that all of that automatically comes out of just as a buffer. However, my student loans are now out of default, which is very exciting, and I plan on doing an updated video updating you on what's going on with that, and so of course that means that things are changing. So but for right now I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, just because I'll be spending less money actually, because I kind of have like 1 month that I'm somewhat kind of off of making payments, which is kind of nice, but I'm still trying to figure all that out. So I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to put that money in that other account so that it's there, so that when I do need to make a payment, and if I need to make a payment in November, because maybe my payment's going to be the very 1st of December, I need to be ready to make that payment right away. So what I plan on doing is just going on and doing that, and then as the month goes on, maybe sometime around the time that I give you an update video on my student loans coming out of default, I will kind of update you on how I'm gonna do that in going forward in my budgets. So this will be changing very, very soon. Should be changing like now, but I'm not ready to do it yet. So that's going to stay the same. I'm also going to keep the $800 minimum going to, it says savings, but it is actually savings to pay off my student loans once they're out of default. I am going to wait a month or two, make sure that the payments that I am making work, and all of that is like ready to go. And then probably I might wait until January to make that payment, and I'm really hoping I can make a huge payment. Like you can see right now I have $7,500 in the savings account. I'm really crossing my fingers that I will be able to pay off at least $10,000 by the end of the, well, not by the end of the year, but like come January I can make a $10,000 payment. That's what I'm really hoping. Oh my gosh. That's going to be really hard to let go of that money, but it'll be really nice knowing that a whole entire student loan is paid for. But I'm probably, I don't know if I'll make that payment in December or January. I have to ask my tax guy. That's my dad. If like it would benefit me come like tax time, like if I make that payment before or after the year. So I'm kind of gonna weigh those options, but of course things have been very hectic in my life recently, and so like sitting down and talking to my dad and trying to figure out things like that, and the new student loan payments, because they are paying on my undergraduate loans through me, but the loan payment was about the same as my rent payment, and now that payment is different, so I still haven't gotten to talk to my dad about it, and so anyway, but that payment's not until December, so there's like some conversations that need to be had with my parents and myself, and I'm just figuring a lot of things out. But for right now, I'm just going to leave things the way they are. I'm not going to make any huge payments until at least December, and I might even wait until January. It just kind of depends on if it would benefit me tax-wise, and so I got to talk to my dad. My extra checking, that is where the other half of my emergency fund is. So right here it says I have $250 in that account. That is where my savings account, I have the Capital One 360 savings accounts, and then I also have the checking account, so that I can quickly access those savings accounts if I need them. So for my sinking funds and things like that. So that is the other buffer. I have that as an emergency. I do not use that card. It's just unless I'm using my sinking funds, and I transfer that money into the checking account, and I use the checking account, and I can pay for it that way. So that's just my buffer. I don't ever add anything to that, and I won't add anything to that. My additional checking, that is an extra checking account that I opened like in May, and I got like a $200 bonus for opening the account. I still have that open account. I might start using that account for paying the new student loan payments. So that's one of those things. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do going forward. So right now the account is just there. I just keep $100 in it so that, you know, I have a little bit of money just somewhere else. And I don't want a zero balance account because I don't want them to close that account. Then I have my sinking funds account. I currently have $2,300. And then of course these are all of my other categories. So my, like I said, these are all staying the same. My sinking funds are, let me look and see what my totals are. So I actually am over $125. So what I need to do is readjust something. So HP Instant Ink is not does not change. I might be lowering that soon because we now have color printing at my school, which is really nice. So I can print less stuff at home and more stuff at work. Then Verizon's not going to change. Netflix is not going to change, and I'm not getting rid of Netflix. I love it too much, and I feel like $11 is not going to make or break me. Gas, I went way up for the month because I was going to be working at Keeneland a lot. I think I can lower this back down to $75. So that really helps me out down here. Groceries I need to keep higher just because of snacks, and I think I went over again, so I might actually, I think I'm going to keep it at 125. I'm going to try to like keep things down. I think the main reason why I went over in my groceries is because snacks for my kids at school, I get reimbursed for that, but I kind of cheat the system. I don't cheat the system. Okay. But I kind of like cheat my system, and like I take it out of like my spending money and then count the reimbursement as extra income, so that it goes to debt, but it's really getting reimbursed for food. So I don't actually spend $125 on myself for food. So I'm going to try to keep it at that. This last month I had we had Farm Fun Day, and I did a video about it, and they had like a big extra snack, and so that was kind of like a big deal. So I think I'm going to keep it at $125. If I go over again this month, I think I'm going to have to raise it up some more, but we'll see what I can do with that. My teaching budget I'm going to keep at $100. Restaurants, I raised that up because I would be eating out more, because I would be on the road more, because I was working at Keeneland. I'm going to lower that back down to $50. And then spending money, I was going to give myself $20 extra, but I think I might just give myself $100 like total, and I might have to lower what I'm putting into my sinking funds. So I don't change this number right here like I do these. This number comes from down here, so these cannot change. These can all change. I also have a major car repair. So you know what? I'm going to leave all that the same, because I have a huge major car repair that's probably going to be over $1,000, maybe even close to $2,000, and it's going to like wipe out my sinking funds. I mean, it should definitely not be over $2,000 unless my car is not savable, and if they can't save it, then I'm going to have to use debt money, like my saved debt money, to purchase another car. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping that the cost for repairs is like $1,000 or less, but it's going to wipe out my sinking funds. And so I think, I mean, I might even have to use gift money for Christmas to pay for it. I mean, like, oh gosh, I've been without my car for 2 weeks, actually, so they still have it, and they're just like backed up, not able to use it. But thankfully I have my dad's car, well, my dad's old car to use, so I feel like I shouldn't touch that. I feel like I should just leave all that the same. I think I'm just gonna be over $40. I mean, 20 of that is extra spending money for myself, just because it's my birthday, and I think I'm just gonna be $40 over, knowing that I'm gonna make more money this month, because I will be working at Churchill Downs. So I mean, I'm like, today is Thursday, and for me today is Thursday and tomorrow is Friday, so like, if you watch this on the day I post it, then I am actually working at Churchill Downs for Breeders' Cup. It is a very big, it's 2 days of racing, very prestigious racing, along the same caliber as the Derby and the races for the Triple Crown and things like that. So it's a big deal, and the actual Breeders' Cup takes place at Churchill Downs, and so it's a big deal. So I am working tomorrow, I'm working Saturday. I know I'm working those 2 days. I will make quite a bit of money. I believe it might be close to $50 an hour, so less than an hour of working, and that also includes like that I also can get tips as well, and tips are usually very nice for Breeders' Cup, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So less than an hour of working covers my overage for that right there. So I'm just gonna leave it there, just be over $40 for the month, and put everything where it needs to go. And then, like, as far as what's on here, hopefully I can put more to debt and less at my car, but right now my car is in a situation. So anyway, I think that's it. I mean, like, I know it's not a whole lot, and I spent more time talking about just random stuff, I feel like, than actually talking about my budget, but that's, I mean, it's kind of part of budgeting, is trying to figure some things out. Alright, so that is it. That is my somewhat of a zero-based budget. All of the extra money that I know that I will be making will all go towards either my car or my student loans. Next week, I hope to have closed out my October budget. I will let you know how I did, if I went over in any areas, and if and if I was under in any areas. I don't know if I was. I still have more things to add, so I'll let you know next week. And also, I plan on letting you know about my student loans coming out of default once I get all of my own information settled and I know what I'm doing, then I can let you know. And that is it for today. And if you could please leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think about my budget. Did I forget anything? I know that it's Thanksgiving, but I don't think I personally am going to have to spend anything extra for that. I mean, things come up, but, you know, I have a little bit of a buffer with extra income this month. So, I just feel like I'm forgetting something for November. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm missing anything. And then also don't forget to like and subscribe if you are not already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. I was so confused. I was like, how in the world am I like $2,000 over for the month? That's not the way it works. Okay, yeah, okay. I have not earned extra income yet. I have not earned any income yet. So I am missing all of my income for the month.